Welcome back. Looks like we're all diving into AI and screenwriting, huh? We've got a pretty interesting mix of stuff here.
Yeah, articles. An interesting piece by a screenwriter, Matt Ryan Allen. Even some a screenplay showdown.
A showdown, that's right. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, and what I think is so interesting is that from all this, it seems like AI in film isn't this far off future. It's already here.
It is. It's already here. And in a big way, some of these no film school headlines, wow. How AI will write better scripts than humans by 2026.
Hmm.
Screenwriters, learn to code or perish.
Oh wow.
And Adobe's Firefly will replace your cinematographer.
Ooh.
That one, I don't know about that one, but it definitely makes you think, right? What's coming next?
Right, and Adobe just released their AI video editing tool, Firefly. Imagine like being able to instantly just mock up scenes,
Oh, wow.
test out different dialogues, or even generate entire sequences based on your prompts, like all with the help of AI.
It's kind of wild.
It is. This is the kind of power Firefly has, and this is just the tip of the iceberg.
It's pretty exciting and kind of scary at the same time.
Yeah.
Speaking of scary, Matt Ryan Allen's Medium article, End of an Era, How AI Will Slash Agency Lit Departments by 50% by 2025.
Yeah.
It paints a pretty stark picture of the future, huh? And he's not just some random blogger. This is the guy who wrote Four Christmases.
Right.
Block Party.
He knows the industry.
He knows the industry, but it is worth pointing out that he does have a bit of a flair for these like attention-grabbing headlines. Remember that one? GOP's top 5 favorite Hitler generals.
Oh, yeah.
So,
He likes to make a splash.
yeah,
Okay, so maybe we take his predictions with a grain of salt.
yeah.
But even if he is exaggerating, his idea of the new workflow for screenwriting, I mean, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
He's basically saying WGA writers, they're going to be using AI to, like, crank out those first drafts.
Yeah, the B-grade scripts, right?
Yeah, B-grade scripts, like way faster. Yeah. And these are more than just rough outlines. These are like detailed scenes, dialogues, character descriptions, location ideas, like everything basically a studio exec would need to get a feel for the story.
Oh.
And about like streamlining that development process,
Yeah.
faster, more efficient.
So then, according to Allen, you have your A-list screenwriters. Think Aaron Sorkin or whoever's hot in Hollywood 5 years from now.
Right.
They come in and they polish those AI-generated drafts. They add that like extra layer of magic, those signature flourishes, to take it from good to Oscar-worthy.
But it does raise a good question. If we're talking about AI doing the heavy lifting on these first drafts, what happens to the less established screenwriters trying to, break into the industry? Does this make it harder or does it actually make it easier?
That's a really good question, and I don't think anyone has the answer yet.
Yeah.
But here's where things get really interesting. That screenplay showdown that we talked about, Matt Allen and his writing partner, Krista, decided to really put their money where their mouth is.
Yeah.
They challenged Jason Hellerman, writer from No Film School, to this head-to-head writing battle, AI versus human.
Oh, wow.
And here's the kicker. They're trying to prove that AI-generated scripts are so good now you can't even tell the difference.
Wow.
Even industry professionals can't tell. I mean, that's a bold statement.
It is.
And to make it even more interesting, they're letting no film school readers be the judge.
Oh, wow.
It's a blind test, so no one knows which script is which until the votes are in.
So we have excerpts from the two scripts. We're calling them Script A and Script B.
Okay.
But we're not going to tell you which one might be the AI creation.
Right.
We're going to look at the details.
Okay.
Analyze the style, the dialogue, the pacing, and, see if we can spot any clues that might give away the author, human or machine.
Put on your detective hats, everybody. It's time to crack the code. We'll start with Script A. This one opens with a bang, literally. We meet Jessie Jablonsky, biggest pop star on the planet. Arriving at the Intuit Dome in LA, final night of her world tour, and she is so over it.
Oh, wow.
But the fans, they are rabid, swarming her limo like wolves. Enter Rex Russo.
Okay.
He is Jessie's bodyguard, man of few words, lots of impressive fighting skills.
Right.
The script describes him as a walking arsenal of sarcastic quips and bone-crushing takedowns.
Oh, nice.
It does not disappoint. We get a taste right away. Rex clears a path through the crowd. He delivers some darkly comedic lines while like just dispatching these overzealous fans, moves that would make Jackie Chan jealous. Definitely an over-the-top, almost slapstick feel to these action sequences.
Yeah.
It's trying to be both thrilling and funny.
It's a tough balance.
Yeah, it is. What do you think? Is it working?
I mean, there are moments that land, but some that feel a little forced.
Yeah.
I am kind of intrigued, though, by all those really specific details. Like describing Rex's boots as like size 14 Red Wing boots.
Oh.
Or that like the hot dogs being sold outside are vegan. It's like a very specific sensory experience.
Yeah, it does. It makes you feel like you're right there in the middle of it all.
Yeah.
But we also get some glimpses into Jessie's world. Pressures of fame, demands from her agent, that longing for a simpler life.
Right.
It's a familiar theme, right?
Yeah.
Price of fame. But I feel like this script is trying to give it a bit of a modern twist. There's a scene where she's scrolling through social media,
Oh, yeah.
comments, DMs. She just breaks down, just overwhelmed by it all.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's that reminder that even in this age of like curated online personas, fame can be really isolating.
Right.
But just when you think you have the script figured out, it throws a curveball.
Oh.
Surprise trip to San Francisco, late night stop at a 7-Eleven.
Okay.
Bam!
I'm going.
Enter the Yakuza.
Oh, wow. That's a change.
It's like a jarring shift in tone.
Yeah.
Like, where is this going? Like, the writer's suddenly channeling Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
And the cliffhanger, Jesse and Rex facing off against Yakuza assassins in a deserted alleyway.
Oh, no?
The fate of the world's biggest pop star hanging in the balance.
Wow.
What a way to end part one.
So what do you think so far? Anything about script A?
Yeah.
Screaming AI to you, or does it feel like a human? Before we move on to script B, I want to just take a second and think about this. If Alan's prediction is right, and AI is writing these first drafts, could a script like script A with all the action, the twists, could that be like the future of blockbusters?
It's interesting. Script A, it definitely leans into those classic action comedy tropes, but there's also this sense of, I don't know, calculation. Like, it's checking off boxes, action sequence, witty banter, surprise villain. It's entertaining, but I don't know if it's like deep.
Yeah. And that calculated feeling, that could be like a sign of the AI at work, drawing on this massive amount of data, all these successful movies, just to create something that's going to like sell.
So does that mean script B is the human one then?
Not necessarily. AI is always like evolving. It's getting better at like mimicking us, mimicking human creativity. We can't rule out that script B is also AI, just one that's learned to be a little more subtle.
Okay, you're blowing my mind. How are we supposed to tell the difference if AI can write scripts that are just like the ones humans write?
That's the question, isn't it? And it goes beyond just screenwriting. I mean, as AI gets better at creating art, music, literature, we're all going to have to think about what it means to be a creator in a world where machines can do it all.
Whoa. Okay, deep thoughts. Let's get back to script B. This one takes us into a completely different world. It's all about shadows and secrets, The line between good and bad gets a little blurry. We meet Rachel Chow, ex-Navy SEAL turned executive protection specialist.
And right from the start, you get a sense of who she is. She's at Lux, this high-end LA nightclub. And she's not afraid to, like, make a scene.
Yeah, she pins the club owner to the bar.
Wow.
Thinks he's carrying a weapon. This scene, it sets up her skills, her attitude right away.
She's tough.
But there's also this vulnerability.
Yeah.
She's been fired from multiple jobs. She's living with her parents, and she's always fighting this expectation that she should just, get a normal job, settle down. It's a classic underdog story. You can't help but root for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we meet Justin Blaze, this pop star who seems to attract as much trouble as he does screaming fans.
Oh.
There's been a shooting at his concert, but he's more worried about his social media than, like his actual safety.
It's like they're saying something about celebrity,
Yes.
right? About this disconnect between who you are online and what actually happens in real life. He's so obsessed with all the likes and followers that he just doesn't see the danger.
And speaking of danger, that scene where Rachel's manager, Danny, tells her about this new client, you can feel the tension. You just know things are about to go sideways.
Right.
What I find so interesting is the contrast between how professional Rachel is and how ridiculous the whole situation is.
Yeah.
You have this highly skilled security expert being asked to babysit this, narcissistic pop star who seems to be on a mission to self-destruct.
Right.
It's like they're setting us up for that classic bodyguard, crazy stalker plot. But then they flip it.
Oh.
Big Reggie, Justin's manager, gets shot, and suddenly it's full-on action thriller. Rachel and Justin are on the run, bullets flying, and there's this darkly comedic moment where there's a gardener just like calmly trimming hedges in the background, like totally oblivious to the chaos.
Oh, wow.
That gardener was my hero. But seriously, script B, it mixes the humor and the suspense in a way that really keeps you guessing. And the cliffhanger. Will Rachel's trusty old Mercedes outrun the assassins? Will Justin finally realize that, his social media clout can't save him?
Right.
We'll have to wait and see. But for now, let's think about this. What are your thoughts on script B? Does anything scream AI to you? Or does it feel like it was written by a human?
It's really tough.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble like pinning it down. It's got those classic action movie elements, but it's also got, some real heart. Especially with Rachel, she feels real.
Yeah. And that's what makes this challenge so interesting, right? AI is getting so good. It can blend those familiar things with real character development and like deeper themes. So if we can't tell if a script is human or AI, what does that even mean for screenwriting? Are we heading toward this future where the line is just like gone?
That's a good question. If it's the same, does it matter who or what made it? Maybe we should just be looking at the story itself, not where it came from.
I think those are questions that everyone's going to have to think about, Not just screenwriters, but anyone who like watches movies, reads books.
Yeah.
But before we get too deep into that, let's get back to the showdown. Matt Allen and Krista, they're convinced they can fool, like, the pros, You think they pulled it off.
No.
Yeah.
It's a bold claim.
Yeah.
Both these scripts have things that could point to either one, human, or AI. That's what's so cool about this.
Okay, so time for us to make a decision. Which script do you think AI wrote?
Ugh, I've gone back and forth, but I'm going to say script A. The pacing, all the action, the jokes, it feels a little too, I don't know, calculated.
You know what? I'm leaning towards script B for the AI. It's like almost too good. The dialogue is so sharp, the characters, the ideas. It's like the AI is trying too hard.
Interesting. You're saying it's like the AI is trying to prove something, Like,
Yeah.
Look, I can be just as creative and emotional as any human.
Right.
So we have our predictions. But the real answer is up to those no film school readers. They'll decide which one's the AI.
Can't wait to see the results. But no matter what, I think this whole thing shows us something, AI isn't about replacing us. It's about, like, expanding what's possible.
Absolutely. It's a tool, and like any tool, we can use it for good or bad. It's up to us to, like, guide it, make sure it helps us tell better stories.
So, listeners, what does this mean for you? Keep exploring, keep asking questions. Don't be afraid to experiment to see where this technology can take us.
The future is storytelling. It's still being written. And who knows, maybe humans and AI, maybe we'll be writing it together